folks, I hope that we would have given Stanford a nice New York welcome into the ACC. I mean, heck, I wanted to go as a way to welcome the Cardinal into the ACC. Heck, they come from the Pacific region into the Atlantic Coast Conference. But I guess their 2-day early coming up to upstate New York helped them out. Because, hey, Stanford, they threw a bitter pill in there for the Orange to swallow. Well, yeah, they came in, and even though the Orange was game, Stanford wins on a last-second field goal. And you know what? They welcome themselves into the ACC with a victory. And it also just shows that, hey, Syracuse has got stuff to work on. I mean, Fran Brown, he's done a pretty good job with the first 2 games. But this game exposed some glaring weaknesses and also showed that, hey, at times, Syracuse still plays some pretty undisciplined football. But it just shows, hey, he's got to work on the run defense. And heck, Syracuse needs to have a good running game. Stanford pretty much shut it down and also sacked Kyle McCord a few times, especially in circumstances where we could have gotten into field goal range. But I mean, Syracuse showed some heart there, especially driving to take the lead. But still, we left 3 minutes on there, and like I said, Syracuse's defense seems to let us down at the wrong time. The run defense definitely needs some work. Now, Fran Brown, you've come in with all of this flair, all of this style, and all of this substance, being able to get recruits through the transfer portal and getting another pretty good recruiting class coming up next year. But now, you got to do some coaching. Because, I mean, heck, Stanford exposed us a little bit. This week, like I said, this was a bitter pill for the Orange to swallow. But I think going against Holy Cross this week may be part of the tonic that we need. Holy Cross, we're probably going to beat them by a pretty good margin. But, Fran Brown, you got to start doing some coaching, dude. Especially with the ACC schedule, the meat of it coming up. And of course, with us going on the road for the whole of October, going out to Las Vegas to play UNLV, who from what I've seen has a pretty decent team, going down to Raleigh, North Carolina to play North Carolina State, who I think we could beat, and going to our old friends there in the Steel City. Pitt looks like they're beatable. But all 3 of those games look like they're beatable, but only if we can really shore up that run defense. It's now time to see what you can do, Fran Brown. It hurts, but I think a loss like this was necessary. I'm going to go from talking about our loss to a big, big beatdown. Yeah, Jacksonville, they pretty much have been a thorn in our side all of their existence. Heck, they won the first game in what was Jim Kelly's last game, and at times Jacksonville has come up and stung us. Who knew those cats had a stinger on? But heck, last night we turned those Jaguars into pussycats. We just fed them a little catnip, and they're like, meow, meow. Much like my cat Jinx. Jinx always kind of seems to, come at the right time, and when she needs some lovin', she likes to jump up in my lap. But you know what? I'm not a little leery about a Jaguar, but after what Buffalo did with a huge beatdown, including 5 touchdown passes from Josh Allen, you know what? I might say, here, you little Jaguar, here. Meow, meow. That's the way you could be. And Trevor Lawrence, yeah, you've got all this hype, but so far you haven't really shown squat. And you know what you ought to do? Cut your hair. Cause look what Damar Hamlin did. His first NFL interception. Almost 2 years after he nearly died on the field and was revived. Congratulations, Damar. You deserve that. And the defense definitely deserves big kudos, especially being without 3 of their big stars. Kind of shows, hey, we can plug the hole with some quality players, especially Braylon Spector, who I should say was a teammate of both Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. He told the defense, here's what to expect from long hair. Here's what to expect from a guy who has a French name. You know, you gotta get up there, you gotta get in their face. You gotta do what you gotta do. Of course, kudos to Brady, Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Bills, with a great game plan. But still, I'm a little leery about Allen going on one of those design runs. Heck, I'm worried about Tua Tagovailoa's future, but I'm worried what's going to happen to Allen if he takes too many of those runs. You know what? He's not really so young anymore. He's getting right up there to being one of the elder quarterbacks there in the NFL. We don't need him to keep doing that because, hey, we want him around a few more years. But whatever. A big beatdown against Jacksonville, 47-10. And next, we got to go to a team that could be a problem. When Baltimore is considered one of the dark horse players in the AFC to be in the Super Bowl, but they've had a very sluggish start. Yeah, they came out and won. And the thing is, a team like Baltimore can be a little dangerous with their backs against the wall. Watch out for Lamar Jackson and the Ravens this Sunday night, Buffalo, down in Baltimore. We're right now rolling, but how long can we keep this up? Good job, Buffalo. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty. Ow! You know what? You shouldn't bite. You know, that's not really good. Don't mess with the buffalo, you know. You get the horns. Going from Buffalo, I'm gonna talk locally. Yeah, Waterloo and Geneva. After about 6 years, the resumption of a great rivalry in Wayne Finger Lakes football. Geneva did have a little too much as the game wore on. Geneva had an old school attack, the ground and pound, the type of football I like to use. And even though Waterloo was very game, heck, Dylan Caraballo was especially outstanding. He is going to be all Wayne Finger Lakes. And I think a few schools are definitely going to be looking at him. But when Geneva's got a game plan that wears you down, yeah, the score may not have reflected it. 41-13 Geneva, but Waterloo gave a good battle. Keep it up, Tigers. And finally, Minders won a football game. It's a miracle. Something must have happened. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. The Minders Blue Devils won. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. All right, enough of me being a Baptist minister. A big win for Minders against South Seneca Romulus. Heck, we need to put a beat down on our neighbors to the south sometimes, but maybe it'll give the Blue Devils some confidence as the rest of the season wears on. And I kind of wonder, Waterloo finally has its first home game this Friday night. I think it's against Pennies and Dundee. Who made up the schedule? Waterloo having its first home game almost a month into the season. Pretty interesting. And I'm also going to talk about the new look Pac-12. Is it the new look Pac-12 or the Pac-12 state? Because so far, the 7 schools that are going to make up the new look Pac-12 are all state universities, even with the addition of Utah State yesterday. I'm going to wonder who's going to be the 8th member to make the conference official. Is it going to be state? State? Where's that? Yeah, in case any other state universities felt left out, that's what they say. Last but not least, a lot of you probably have known that I've talked about Waterloo's volleyball team, and I'm going to keep talking about them because, hey, they're a special bunch of girls. They're a pretty good bunch. And the thing is, you kind of notice, they've changed rules. There's no longer side outs, then points. And of course, they added new positions. That happened like 10, 15 years ago. But you notice, one of the players has a different color uniform than the rest of them. I could talk about it, but I don't think I'm at Liberio to discuss it. Maybe somebody could tell me, hey, you can discuss it. Until then, I'm Ken Haas. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.